Every election has a set of buzzwords or political phrases that are used liberally throughout the campaign period. Over the years, we have seen many such political slogans like जय जवान जय किसान, इंदिरा हटाओ देश बचाओ, कांग्रेस का हाथ आम आदमी के साथ, और even closer home like আমার বাড়ি তোমার বাড়ি নকশাল বাড়ি, কৃষি আমাদের ভিত্তি, শিল্প আমাদের ভবিষ্যৎ, and yes, the slogan that demolished the last one, মা মাটি মানুষ. This election season in West Bengal, however, the predominant political phrase seems to be কাজ করতে পারছি না, মানে দলে থেকে কাজ করতে পারছি না. Basically, what every leader defecting from the Trinamool Congress to the BJP has cited as a reason to desert Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. In the West Bengal Assembly elections of 2016, the BJP ended with 3 MLAs in the Assembly. After the recent spate of elections over the last couple of months, the party now has 21 MLAs in the outgoing Assembly, apart from 6 of its own MLAs. Additionally, there are also former MLAs Shubhendu Adhikari and Rajiv Banerjee who resigned as legislators before joining the BJP. This, of course, is the latest figures at the time of recording this video, and I say this because by the time this video is published, some more MLAs may have jumped ship. Now the question is, why do these leaders defect? Did they genuinely realize, coincidentally just 2 months before the elections, that কাজটা আর just করা যাচ্ছে না? Or even better question, এর আগে এমন কি কাজ করছিলেন? So let's decode what কাজ করতে পারছি না means. It simply means कि पार्टी में मेरी और नहीं चल रही. Or there are other leaders in my area of jurisdiction who hold more power and command than me. So one possible reason for defection is better stature at the new party, in this case the BJP. Which brings us to the next question. Can a leader, no matter how popular, hold the same amount of sway when they move from one party to another? The answer to that is both yes and no. While some leaders have emerged as genuine mass leaders, others may have won the last election because of the party that they were representing. Case in point, former Trinamool honcho Shubhendu Adhikari, known to be a strong man in Mednipur and adjoining districts. Shubhendu's defection to the BJP, even by the Trinamool's own estimates, will turn some seats towards the BJP, even if it's to the tune of 8 to 10 seats. On the other hand, someone like a Vaishali Dalmia, former Trinamool MLA from Bali, who recently joined the BJP in Delhi after being ferried there by a special chartered flight, may not turn votes as much. Because as new legislators, they were voted in last time on the back of a massive Mamata wave. Therefore, all defections are not equal. While some may show electoral gains, others are an attempt to win a perception battle. Now the next step. Defection ho gaya, naye leaders bhi party mein aa gaye. Now what? This is where things get tricky. Situations like these, when there is a massive influx from another party into a specific party, often causes a rift between the old guard and the new guard. The BJP has faced this at various levels, from the top to the bottom of the hierarchy. Only last year, there were reports of a rift between party chief in Bengal, Dilip Ghosh, and Trinamool inductee Mukul Roy. For a while, there were reports of Roy looking to leave the party before the Delhi High Command stepped in and gave him a lucrative central position. On the ground as well, there have been reports of clashes between the old and the new BJP cadre in places like Asansol, Durgapur, Kalna, Nandigram, etc. So while defections are a perceptional win, it is also important to examine what they are doing to the party which is taking in all these new people. Finally, where does the Trinamool Congress stand in all of this? These defections have exposed one thing for all to see, which is the factionalism in the Trinamool Congress. While the party has claimed time and again that these defections will not hurt them electorally, the fact is that they were unsuccessful in keeping their flock together. Letting leader after leader go to the BJP could not have been a part of the plan. Also, stop calling these leaders corrupt. If they were, why was the TMC harboring them for so long? It is difficult to estimate how many Ayaram, Gayaram moments we'll see before the elections. In the meanwhile, is anyone keeping a tab on how expensive these chartered flights are?